So let's just start by the first task. As I discussed earlier, we are going to see the output first of all. Then based on that, we are going to continue describing the script. The final view would be like this: an interface via which we choose a department. And if we submit, we would have actually the list of the majors available in that department, the selected department. Great, it changes very fine. So this is an HTML interface, but the submission would be actually controlled using PHP. So the solution is the following. The HTML part is a body that has a form only, simply. Yes, it starts from here. The body immediately we are making actually centralized content, so we are given a style. The style actually is controlling mainly a form, only. That's all what we have. A form that starts. This is the block of the form. We have a field that has a limit field set, a title of the field, legend, major and department and majors. It's a title, it's text, no more, no less. Components of the form. The first one is a select. This is the limit of the select. This is it. It has options. It's simple select, no more, no less. It's an HTML. You have it earlier. We discussed earlier, and it's not new for you. We set the departments values, names, whatever the department we have. To our college, we have 4 departments, so we are mentioning them. A submission button and input submit button. Then excuse me for this interruption. Then actually, if there is any submission and any text that has been submitted, so we are going to display it here. What is the thing to be displayed? If there is a major that has been displayed, submitted. So equal major here. This major from where? From the submitted values. If we submitted, so the name here, the value here, if major. So if there is something that has been submitted, the select name is, yes, department. So if this department has been submitted, so we are going to control those departments, whatever has been submitted. We are going to, yes, great. So if the submission has been happened, so if the department select has been submitted, yes, so whatever has been selected, selected and submitted, we are storing in this variable. Depth is user defined, and switch of the selected, submitted, select value stored in the depth variable. We are implementing the switch block. Here it is. We are having first case. If the selected value is information system, from where the information system? Here it is. We'll find it here. Information system. So if this is the one. Okay, great. We display this, the major variable. The major variable would be initialized with this message. Otherwise, case 2, if the depth has the value management, so major value would have this value, Otherwise, case 3, if the department, the debt variable has the value finance. So this is the message. If the department is economics, this is the message. Otherwise, if none of them has been selected, so if we submitted without selecting any value, without changing the department here, there will be a message to display. Please select the department. From where? From the default. From the default. The default, so this is the message to display. If nothing is displayed, it is selected. So this is the message. At each single case, there is a break. So we execute this one and we break. Otherwise, we execute this one and we break. Otherwise, we execute this one, then we break. Otherwise, we execute this one and we break. So every case has a break at the end. Before the next case, there is a break. Okay, great. Task number two, let's execute it. So I'm gonna do a back. Let's do back, then previous, because I clicked so many times. So I'm going to select the task number 2. Which is actually a context of display of symbols. So we are going to use the @ symbol, @ we are going to display it in a certain shape. This is the way. So this is the content. We have to display this, let's say, triangle using the @ symbol. Great. How to do so? The solution is easy. So we are having two loops. For this task. The loop number 1, actually, it will start from 0 up to 5 because we set the number 5 only. So it is enough to make 5 layers, let's say 5 levels. Second loop, to see the I position, to stop at that level. So we start from 0, level 0 is 0. Level 1 is 0 and 1. Level 2 is 0 and 1 and 2. Level 3 is level 0, 1 and 2 and 3, and so on. So to increment, to have this view, to have this view at the end of the day. So incrementally, position 1 and 2, position 1 and 2 and 3, position 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so on, incrementally until 5. So so 2 loops, because we are going to display the triangle, and the triangle is context of rows and columns. So row number 1 starts from 0, ends at 0 because the I is 0. Layer number 2 starts from 0, ends at, it would next, because I++ would be 1. So the next level is 1. Thus, the number of lines are 0 and 1. Number of columns, sorry. 0 plus 1. 1 is less than or equal to 1, so that's it, 1. Stops there. Next, plus here means 2. The I is 2. 0 and 1 and 2. 3 positions, 3 columns. Plus, here comes actually next line for number 4. Number 3, sorry, for the I, number 3, but they are 4 positions since we are starting at 0, and so on. This is for the top triangle, this block only. Now we are going to draw it back, starting from 5 positions or 6 positions, because we are starting at 0, 6 positions, from 0 to 5. And we go back up to 1. we just swap the numbers, we swap the positions. So we start from 0, from 5 up to 0, up to 0. So from 5, then minus, minus, come on, then minus, minus, no, plus, plus. 4, 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. Let's move to the task number 3. Previous, which is context of we are going to modify the numbers here as per the guide with you. So follow the guide, please follow me with the guide, the question. So the solution for the question 3, the play with numbers, it is a context of displaying numbers, but line-wise. Creating a first triangle from 0 to 5, then second triangle, yes, the second order, the vice versa order, starting from 5 to 0. The same context, but using the do while here, using the do while, using the while only. The do while is we are going to see just in a while, but using different symbols, which is the asterisk, the commercial and. So to display the first triangle, the top triangle, a while that starts from 0 here. Since it is less than or equal to 5, so we are going to start displaying the numbers from 0, a second while from 0. Since the j is less than or equal to I, which is originally 0, we are going to display this line. Then we increment the j. We finish this while, we finish it here. We increment the I, which is originally 0. Then we pass to the next loop here. This next loop. Again and again and again until we reach the I equal to 5. The down triangle here, starts from 5. The unique 5 and decrementation here. That's it. That's the unique modification. Task number 5. Assalamu alaikum. So good afternoon, everybody. Mostly welcomed. So we are going to play with the symbol asterisk, yeah, commercial and, but within using the do while loop. Yes, let's test it. Yes, exactly. Commercial and same context. So it is not new for you. So you have to be aware. You change the symbol to use, no more known as the variable to use, and the syntax difference is our loop starts with do here, and the while is at the end. Completely is the same C++ as I described it to you just before this recording. I described the thing to you, and it is so we are not going to modify the program, just to add PHP at the beginning. So, and the variables, they are in PHP absolutely, but the do while loop is the same. I'm not modifying anything in the loop. So this loop, I explained it to you, is this, I'm not modifying at all. So it's the same. We initialize at 0, absolutely, but we test at the end. Here we are going to make a test. Here we are going to make, this is the second loop. This is the first loop. This is the external loop, and the internal loop. This is it. So the first loop, we start I at 0, and we are going to make the test that the I has to be less than or equal to 5. Inside, we are going to create a second loop, which is this one. Yes, here it is. I'm using a laptop, so my selection is a little bit slow. This loop, it uses j that starts from 0, but it has to stop at I position. The I is originally at 0, and then after to be incremented by 1. Here it is. Increment I by 1, then we execute this loop again, then we increment the I by 1, then we execute this loop again, then we increment the I by 1, and so on. Until what? Until what? The I is greater than strict 5. While this I is less than or equal to 5, we repeat. While it's true, we repeat. That's it. We get this first triangle here. To get the down triangle, this is the loop. We change the values of the variables because we are using p here, not I. And the p is originally initialized at 5. So the class, so for the task number 5, let's test it. Yes, previous. Here we are actually manipulating for each block, for each loop, sorry, for each loop, to display an array elements. Element number 1, milk. Element number 2, cheese. Element number 3, butter, and so on. Using the for each loop. Yes. So simply here, it's only PHP. There's no HTML. We have an array that has those values. Originally they are strings. End of statement. We are storing it in a variable. Second array that holds floating numbers. In addition to this is actually so it might be considered as a string because it has a mixture of values. We have a boolean and we have a string. False is a boolean. Text is a string. Whatever the values are in the array, whatever are the arrays are, we are going to display them referring to the variable itself. So milk products sample. For each loop, actually, we are going to call the array name. The syntax C. In between the parentheses of the for each, we are having the name of the array. We are going to use an index to point the element. We are going to print it. No more, no less. We are going to print it. So this is something in between the double quotations. The dollar here specifies that this is a variable. We know that actually is not new to us. New line. Then we are going to display the thing using the E code. You print here. Actually, we are using different syntaxes. G is just formatting the page. The content of the array milk products and the content of the second array sample. Here we are displaying them using the var dump. We saw this in lab number 2. The var dump, we utilized that. This function, actually, we defined it in the lab number 2, so you can refer to the definition of this function. In our case, we are having 2 arrays and we are displaying. Just what I want you to note is that we are not having unique values in the second array. We are not having unique values here. And here we are getting it. This is the sample. This is the last one. This is the sample. Yeah. So I'll send you this recorder now, and I'll need to see your screens one by one. One by one. I need to see your screens one by one.